Hello, hello. Welcome to Crazy E Games. We are back in Genshin Impact, and today, wrong menu. A new, character story quest has been released, and that's what I'm gonna do today. And I could unlock this, I believe. Unlock. Spend one story key. Yes. Oh, that's only one. Oh, nice. Well, I'm maxed out again. Woo. Return to quest. Talk to Catherine in Azuma City. Rise Up. I guess it's called. Well, they have like a lot of different titles and subtitles for these stories. Rise Up, Golden Soul, Taurus Iracundus. Iracundus? Chapter Act 1, The Oni's Evil. The Oni's evil. Talk to Catherine in Inazuma City. Inazuma's Catherine would like you to help conduct an emergency investigation. Okay. So yeah, this next part of this like patch update has come out. It's still the 2.3 version 2.3 of Genshin Impact. And yeah, let's talk to Catherine and see what she has to say. Bloop. Oh, what?
Hi, Catherine. It's us. Was there something we could help with?
Yes. I'm afraid that I have another task that requires your assistance. The Adventurers Guild has recently received a commission directly from the Tenryou Commission. The assignment is both urgent and dangerous.
Oh, interesting. Catherine in English is a lot more robotic. I wonder if that's like the direction that the voice actress got for this. Because then the Japanese voice actress for Catherine is like kind of like the stereotypical retail service person and has a really like cheery, upbeat voice. But I guess that kind of stereotype doesn't apply to English since the retails here in North America. Most of the people there are not happy to be there. Most of the retail workers there are not happy to be there and not as welcoming as if you would see in like a Japanese retail store. Seems like retail store workers in Japan take their jobs, or maybe they like are more passionate about their jobs, or maybe like the culture makes it so that people put up more of a front when they're working their jobs. They kind of feel responsible to act a certain way, whereas here in North America it seems like a lot of people just hate retail. A lot of people hate going to retail stores to buy stuff, and a lot of people hate working at retail stores, but unfortunately how else are you gonna get like your first job or something? Yeah.
After assessing the assignment, the Guild has concluded that seasoned adventurers are required. Naturally, you came to mind.
Just another day on the job for us.
Dangerous, you say?
Allow me to explain. The Tenryou Commission recently issued an arrest warrant for a young Oni by the name of Arataki Itto.
Why?
Noni? You mean those big, tough-looking guys with horns on their heads?
That's correct. This particular Oni is quite vocal and audacious, so he already has quite the reputation on the streets. That said, he has never been caught up in major trouble of any kind.
That's interesting that Paimon knows what Oni is. I guess she's supposed to be our guide to Teyvat, so that's why she knows so much about Teyvat. But we have never met an Oni, I don't think, up until now. I guess pretty soon here we'll meet our first Oni because of Itto, but I don't think we've ever actually met an Oni in the story yet. I might be wrong, but as far as I know, I don't think we have.
So it came as a surprise to learn that he has recently been accused of stealing things, and sometimes even whisking away the people themselves. But it doesn't end there. When the Tenryou Commission dispatched a Doshin to apprehend him, he assaulted the Doshin before making a getaway with his accomplices.
That's interesting. He's being villainized here, but then he's also a playable character, so we're supposed to like him. So is this going to be like a misunderstanding then? Someone is like pretending to be him, or people are like reporting like doing false reports on his like crimes or his alleged crimes. Sounds like a real ruffian.
So let Paimon guess. It's up to us to bring this Oni in. No problemo. This does sound like a job for the Traveler. She'll be back with that Oni in no time.
I have complete confidence you will succeed. However, please exercise caution. This Oni also happens to hold a vision, and is the leader of an organization known as the Arataki Gang.
He's in a gang? He's a gang member. I'm not too experienced with gang fights. He has a gang, but I have Paimon.
On second thought, Paimon will leave the fighting to you. The last place Paimon wants to be is in a gang fight.
We are still investigating Arataki Itto's potential motives behind these incidents, as well as his current whereabouts. But please ask around in the streets as well. There will likely be others more familiar with Itto's circumstances than I am, who can provide you with useful information.
Okay, we'll go ask around.
Thank you. I will await your return. Ad Astra Abyssosque.
Ad Astra Abyssosque. Rise up, Golden Soul. Started.
Well, let's start asking around on the streets.
Error.
Hopefully we'll learn a little more about this Arataki Itto guy and figure out where he might have run off to.
I'll kind of like demonstrate the Catherine thing I was talking about earlier here.
The Guild does not routinely have dealings with the Tenryo Commission, but since they have commissioned us on this occasion, we must lend them our full support as we would any of our clients. Thank you once again. I will await your return.
Oh, she still has like dialogue for the current quest. I thought she'll just have like be reverted back to her regular like Adventurers Guild menu or dialogue. But can I? Oh yeah, I can't use her to actually get into the guild dialogue anymore. But I'll just quickly go to Li Yue, and I'll demonstrate what I was talking about with the two different styles of voices. Would that make sense? No, two different characterizations. How would you explain like a specific? You're purposely like putting up a certain like tone. Maybe I'll talk to this one. So she'll be like,
Ad Astra Abyssosque.
So
Welcome to the Adventurers Guild.
she sounds just like, I don't know, disparaged. She sounds like she's robotic. She sounds like not very passionate or not very cheery or anything. She just sounds like, I don't know. It's another day, whatever kind of thing. And then if I switch to Japanese, and now I talk to her, pay attention to the way she speaks that line. That's like very cheery, very upbeat, very like welcoming kind of a voice, like the tone in her voice. And yeah, that's like, I feel like it is kind of like a Japanese unique aspect of like someone in a receptionist like position. Whereas the English is like pretty, it wouldn't translate well into English if like some cheery person was like, "Oh, Ad Astra Abyssosque, welcome to the Adventures Guild." It will just like kind of come off as weird, but it's like normal when it's spoken in Japanese. But yeah, that's just a little like interesting comparison between the two languages. I'll switch it back to English. And we will go back to Inazuma. Let's talk to this guy. Uruya Noboru. What you got for us?
Arataki Itto? Yeah, I've heard of the guy. Word is he did something monumentally stupid, then ran off before they could catch him. And to be completely honest, I was a little surprised when I first heard it. Okay, well, I mean, not that surprised.
Wait, you mean he already had a bad reputation?
No, not exactly. He's just Very overbearing in everything he does. Big and brash and always making a ruckus. So, on the one hand, he's a larger-than-life kind of guy. But on the other hand, he's emotionally volatile. When he's in a good mood, he's as high as a kite. But when he gets upset, he gets completely enraged.
Whoa, the subtitle is different than the spoken voice line there. He said when he's in a good mood, he's as high as a kite, but in the subtitle it says he's the happiest man alive. Interesting. Now I'm thinking back, like, does this happen a lot? Because I've been reading the English subtitles with the Japanese voices. Does this happen a lot where the voice line doesn't match the subtitle? Then I might have like missed out and misjudged the English dubbing, if that's the case. Let's continue.
I don't personally see him as a bad guy, but I guess I wouldn't put it past him to get all riled up and lose control.
Does he have a stable job of any kind? Is he rich? What is he usually up to?
I'm afraid that I'm not too sure myself. I keep a pretty good eye on what's happening in the city, and as far as I can tell, he just idles the days away. When
So he is
someone asks
rich.
for it, he's willing to lend a helping hand, but other than that, he's just out making a scene with the kids on the street or his gang. If I had to guess, his lack of income finally drove him to do something more drastic to make ends meet.
Oh, he's not rich. If he's good with kids, he can't be that bad, right?
Is it just Paimon, or is this Itto fellow starting to sound pretty weird?
I'm afraid that I don't have much else to tell you. He tends to spend his time with people a little more lively than myself. Perhaps you could try asking around some more.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Yeah, this guy's not lively at all. He sounds like he has like a foot in the grave. Let's go to the next person. Yeah, jump, little girl. Ogura Miho. What do you have to say about Itto?
Arataki Itto? Oh yeah, I heard about that whole thing. I'm sure it must have been a mix-up on the Tenryou Commission's end. He could never do anything so dastardly.
Oh, interesting. She's backing Itto.
Huh? How can you be so sure? Is he really as trustworthy as all that?
No, perhaps you misunderstand me. When I said he could never do anything dastardly, I meant he literally doesn't have what it takes.
Yeah, I was saying right in the beginning that since he is a playable character, he can't be like a bad person, right? So this must be a misunderstanding one way or another. That's kind of the only way this story plot can play out. You mean he's not strong enough? You mean he's not smart enough? You mean he's not smart enough?
Maybe a story will explain it better. So, he used to spend a lot of time playing rock, paper, scissors and hide and seek with the kids on the streets. Kids, being kids, aren't exactly the most difficult to outsmart. I'm sure you can see what I'm getting at here. He used to lose all the time, sometimes catastrophically.
It's kind of hard to hide if he's that's the size that he is. So he's not Sayu who can just hide in a little like tanuki thing, doll thing.
On purpose, though, right?
No, not at all. The one time I saw him win, he started jumping around and yelling, "I won! I finally won! I'm unbeatable!" And so on. Then he took the kid's candy as his prize and ate it right there in front of him.
Nice.
That's just plain wrong.
He did take it way too far that time. The poor kid started crying, so I stepped in and gave Itto a scolding. He was pretty quick to admit that he was fully in the wrong, and it wasn't long before the kid had stopped crying and was laughing and playing again as if nothing had ever happened. In fact, the children quite like playing with him because he's always serious about the stakes and never throws a game on purpose. So, I suppose what I'm trying to say is a guy who can't even beat kids at a children's game really gonna be capable of these kinds of diabolical deeds?
I think I understand your point now. That's not at all what I expect to hear. But that's exactly what I expected to hear, so I'm going to choose this one. I think I understand your point now.
Huh. He doesn't sound like a bad guy at all. In fact, he kind of sounds like a man of integrity.
Yes,
No, he
my
doesn't.
thoughts exactly. Still, the Tenryo Commission's evidence against him is supposed to be irrefutable.
Oh my god.
So, I'm not trying to condone his actions or anything. If he really has messed up big time, then he should face the consequences just like anyone else.
Thanks for the info. We'll keep asking around.
Ring. Ring. We gotta talk to the police. Gotta talk to the kappas, the pigs. Uesugi. Hey.
Have we really run
What you
out
got
of
about
exciting
Itto?
cases? Arataki Itto. Of course I know him. We've been trying to apprehend him recently. We know he's already left Inazuma City, but with no clues to follow, we have no choice but to commission others for help, including the Adventurers Guild.
Catherine says that Arataki Itto hasn't done anything seriously bad before, so it seems pretty strange. Paimon's curious. Is there any evidence of all this stuff he's accused of?
That's interesting, since chronologically this is like right after the Albedo story, even though that's just a limited time like story, where it dived into like story plots of like doppelgangers and imposters and stuff, and now we're going into a plot where like a character of some or Ito's character is like different than the crimes he's being accused of. So it's like, are we supposed to make that connection, or am I just like thinking too much at this point and trying to make that connection, trying to like force a connection, especially since like if people started playing now, let's say, and didn't actually experience the albedo event with the imposters, then they would not have that background before entering this story. So yeah, that's pretty interesting.
Yes, of course. Otherwise, we'd never have put so many people on the case. For starters, most thieves will try to devise a way to conceal their identity, but for an Oni, the horns are a dead giveaway. I mean, the whole city could have recognized it was him.
How do you know it wasn't a different Oni?
At first, he was just one of our suspects, but when we went to investigate, he personally confessed to everything and started trying to provoke the officers. What's most frustrating is that he then managed to escape along with his entire gang. He must have been planning the whole thing right from the start.
Did he have a motive?
Of course he did. Whether material or psychological, there is plenty of evidence either way. He's never had a Mora to his name his entire life, and he's never kept down a real job. Word is that he also takes care of someone in his gang, and that the burden of it takes quite the toll on him. After scrounging for a living all these years, maybe he thought that being the bad guy would be an easier ride. As for his psychological motives, it's a bit embarrassing to talk about, but we confiscated his vision during the Vision Hunt Decree.
So he was exacting revenge on the Tenryo Commission? Revenge like Eula? Funny, Eula and Albedo was also the last banner.
At the time, Arataki Itto put up quite a fight. It took a huge amount of manpower and resources, and in the end we had to enlist the help of Kujo Sara to finally secure his vision.
Interesting. I remember seeing a video, I guess, like an official video that kind of explains the backstory of how Itto lost his vision. And yeah, he was like he was being apprehended by all these Dushians and the Tenryo Commission, and him and his gang just pretty much like wiped the floors with them, and then Sarah Kujo appears, and we don't really get to see what happens, but we just see the result of him like being angry, like, oh, I lost to her, that's not fair, and he's like angry while he's trying to get his like Geovision back. And we're supposed to believe that Sarah is like a lot stronger than Itto, or are we to believe that Itto has like a soft spot for Sarah that he doesn't want to like kind of like go all out on her and like defeat her or something, and he just like kind of plays the fool or something like that. But if it's the case that Sarah is stronger than Itto, then Itto can't be that strong since Signora or Signora, La Signora, like destroyed Sarah in a fight off screen as well, and we defeated Signora pretty easily. So I guess, yeah, the Adventurers Guild is right to call on us to find Itto, since we're actually like stronger than Sarah by association, by what is it? Properties of association. I don't remember. Associative something, where if like A implies B and B implies C, then A implies C. Anyways, let's continue.
The vision hunt was a mistake, but we never expected that he would go to such extreme lengths to take revenge on us.
He does sound a little unstable, just like people have been saying.
The motives seem valid enough. I don't think the motives seem valid enough. He just stole a bunch of stuff, right? The evidence is solid. I guess the motives seem valid enough. He wanted revenge, sure.
If the two of you are able to capture Arataki Itto, please bring him straight here. We'll handle him from there.
Thanks for all the info. Too bad we still don't know where he could have run off to. We already got word on the street, so maybe it's time to talk to a real specialist. Paimon remembers that there's a detective agency here in Inazuma. Maybe we can try asking there.
They didn't say they specifically caught him red-handed, like stealing, right? To just have some people. Wait, I don't remember exactly what evidence they had, but I for some reason I feel like it wasn't really that strong evidence. It's not like the police like caught him red-handed stealing, right? They just kind of like realized, oh, maybe they did. I don't know, actually. Maybe I should have paid more attention. For some reason, I thought someone stole something, and they thought it was Itto, so they like tried to hunt him down, and then because of this, they got in a confrontation, and Itto wiped the floors with them and ran away, and that kind of like sets guilt in the police's mind because he like fought back, and there wasn't actually like real evidence that he stole everything, and everything else is kind of like conjecture at that point. But I don't know, maybe I just wasn't paying attention to the actual story, because I remember Catherine just saying like, oh, they thought he stole, or they're a legend that he stole from all these people and beat up some people or something like that. Anyways, Sango, what do you got for us?
Please speak to President Sango. I'm just...
Hello, we'd like to ask some questions about Arataki Itto.
Oh, him again. Sure. I have answers. We've already done some investigating for the Tenryou Commission. But first, do you have enough Moro to cover the fee?
Nope.
I've heard all about your travels. After everything you've been through, I'm sure you understand the way these sorts of things work.
That's interesting. She kind of like talks as if like she doesn't know us all that well. We'd have done like a few things for her already, including the current limited time event with the dog and the animals being kidnapped and put into cages, and she gives us like this like Pokeball thing to catch them and free them. So we should be a bit more familiar, or at least the language that we use to communicate should give a more familiar kind of feel. But then the fact that she says, I've heard all about your travels, kind of suggests that she doesn't really know us all that well.
How much more are we talking about here?
A one-off payment of
Holy
397,000 more
moly.
up front, plus a further 5% of your Adventurers Guild remuneration as my commission, if Arataki Itto is successfully caught and brought to justice.
Whoa, that's crazy expensive! How did you even come up with the price that high?
Hold on. I wasn't finished. It just so happens the initial fee has already been paid in full by the Tenryou Commission. All you'll need to pay is the small commission fee.
Wait, what?
And, as for that amount, I'll settle things with the Adventurers Guild once we have Itto. So, from the way I see it, you guys are getting a pretty nice deal.
Nice.
Now then, to give you the full picture in this case, we must first recount a well-known Inazuman fairy tale. A long, long time ago, in a village lost to time, there lived a Crimson Oni and a Blue Oni. They were the best of friends.
Oh, I remember this.
The Crimson Oni looked fierce, but was gentle like the humans. The Blue Oni looked human, but was reclusive, like an Oni. The Crimson Oni wished to befriend the humans, but they were scared and threw beans at him whenever he came near. So the Blue Oni said to the Crimson Oni,
Akka, I'll cause trouble in the village. You'll come and stop me. Then the humans will accept you.
as planned, the Crimson Oni chased the Blue Oni away. The Crimson Oni's deeds spread throughout the land, and people finally accepted him. But when the Crimson Oni went to tell the Blue Oni the good news, he was gone and left only a letter behind.
I went traveling. Don't come find me or they'll treat you as a naughty little Oni. But don't worry about me. No matter where I go, we'll always be friends.
Cool.
That's it? What about the little Blue Oni? Whatever happened to him?
This story is actually like a real, I guess, Japanese folktale. And the first time I've heard about this was actually in the anime Gintama. They had like a Blue Oni, Red Oni, story plot line there too. And of course it's in the same Gintama shenanigan fashion. But yeah, that's pretty interesting that MiHoYo also integrated that folktale into this story as well. I guess it's a pretty easy direction to go, since this is Inazuma, and it's Super Japan, and Itto is an Oni, so this is a really easy folktale to draw upon.
I suppose the Blue Oni simply disappeared, never to be seen again. Only the Crimson Oni remain now.
But the Blue Oni was just an innocent little kid.
Aw, Paimon. Does this story have anything to do with the situation at hand?
Of course it does. Otherwise, I wouldn't go through all the trouble of telling it. One interpretation is that the story is actually broadly based on historical events, and that Arataki Itto is, in fact, a descendant of the Crimson Oni. What I'm trying to tell you is that the Oni have sacrificed a lot in the past in order to finally integrate themselves into human society. But there are still some volatile personality traits in the Oni bloodline. Every generation of Oni inherits these traits. So while Arataki Itto has never been known to commit a wrongful act in the past, can we ever completely rule out the possibility of him one day allowing this side of him to take over?
What?
How could he do that? After the Blue Oni's sacrifice? That would be such a betrayal.
That's a very old story. Nobody knows how long it's been since the Blue Oni disappeared. We can only assume that they have long since died out, in which case, it would be quite a stretch to say it still counts as a betrayal at this point. Besides, the suspect has already confessed.
Right.
What's there left to discuss?
Right. The police said, I guess they kind of said what he's being charged, and he's like, yeah, I did it, or something like that, but that might just be him being provocative. But yeah, he confessed, so they kind of took that as evidence that he did the crime, which makes sense from the police's point of view, but they're kind of taking the lazy route, I think. This is more of a perplexing conundrum than we are led to believe.
According to my investigation, he was headed southwest. I would bet he's already made it to Yashiori Island by now. The Tenryou Commission is unable to enter territory controlled by Sangonomiya troops. No doubt that's the reason Arataki Itto chose to flee in that direction.
I understand. Thanks for all the information.
Don't mention it. I'm just doing my duty.
Duty.
Wait, Paimon still has a question. If Arataki Itto has given into his bad side, won't that mean he's extra mean and violent now?
I could only assume so. Judging from his previous bouts, he is a skilled fighter with a lot of brute strength. Whether or not you'll be able to handle him, that I do not know.
Okay, but what's up with people throwing beans at Oni? What use is that?
Ah, yes. Now that you mention it, I seem to recall that Arataki Itto is allergic to beans.
Oh, that's bad.
In fact, all Oni will avoid beans, but especially Itto. I heard that just touching a bean is enough to incapacitate him.
Oh.
If you could weaken him a bit by triggering his allergies, perhaps you'd have better luck subduing him.
As a person with allergies, like, this story plot is, like, very scary. With, like, anaphylaxis kind of allergies to peanuts. And, like, I don't know. This is, like, this kind of story is, like, something that shouldn't be... if it's told to as like, oh, it's funny, haha, he's allergic to beans, haha, that kind of like jokey kind of fashion is kind of scary for someone in my point of view, because then it might, I don't know, I guess it's kind of an extreme view, but it might teach kids like, oh, we can make fun of someone by triggering their allergies, haha, and then like maybe bully people, but then it is like a life-threatening thing, so like, I don't know. I don't know if this kind of, I think recently, okay, maybe not recently, I have heard there was a movie or something that the main villain was allergic to some sort of fruit, and it's like, I don't remember what movie it is, but apparently like the protagonist like defeated the main villain or chased away the main villain by like exploiting this like allergy, and it kind of like scared a lot of people since this movie was aimed for kids, and it might give the wrong message that, oh, if you know that someone's allergic to something, you should give them whatever that they're allergic to, and it'll scare them away. Or maybe it'll even give like bullies ideas to do it, and it's like maybe they don't grasp the gravity of the situation of someone actually being anaphylaxis or like that kind of allergy to foods, that it can actually like kill them. And it'll just be like a super tragic like circumstance if that has happened. And yeah, this part of the story, hopefully they treat like these kinds of things with some like, I don't know, carefulness, since it is pretty serious, that it shouldn't be taken lightly that someone has like food allergies, because it is like life and death when it comes to these kinds of things, and it shouldn't be played off as a joke, because it's like really not a joke, especially for the person suffering the allergies. Seems a bit unfair to me.
It's fine. He's the bad guy, remember?
It just so happens that I have a bag of beans right here. I was planning to use them to make some porridge, but I think you will find a better use for them. Of course, I will charge the Adventurers Guild a fair and reasonable rate for the beans.
Sneaky. But also, thanks. Let's head to Yashiori Island and start looking for Itto.
A bag of beans. The Oni's Justice go to Yashinori Island to search for Arataki Itto. Has this changed at all? The Oni's Justice go to Yashinori Island to research for Arataki Itto. You set off to Yashinori Island using the clues Sango provided. And what was the item that we got? This one. Oh man, this menu, this sub-menu has like been bloated with so much stuff. Beans you got from Sango. Arataki Itto seems to be allergic to beans, so these may prove to be useful tools in stopping him from resisting too much. Sango says they're not free though. Hopefully they don't cost too much. ... Oh. Whoa, he's all the way here, and I could just teleport there? Excellent. I'll just teleport there, whatever.
According to Detective Sango, Itto should be somewhere around here. Catherine mentioned that he has a vision. Why not see if you can track him down down using elemental sight.
Using the sights.
Footprints! Let's see where they lead.
These are really small footprints for someone the size of Itto. He's got small, dainty girl feet. He has small, dainty girl arms. Okay, maybe not. I just find it funny that everyone is making fun of his like noodle arms when whoop.
There's a camp here, but nothing stands out as particularly noteworthy. Let's keep moving forward.
When buff bros like Wagner and Hajime exist, blacksmiths. Oh, it's going this way. Does he like take a few steps and be like, oh, I'm gonna jump, and then like take a few more steps and he's like, oh, I'm gonna jump. And it's not totally just like a decal that MiHoYo just slapped on the ground.
There are more footprints here. He should be just up ahead.
Oh. Should I actually jump down? Oop.
Wait, could that be him?
That's him right there.
Arataki Itto? He doesn't seem to be looking this way. Perfect. Let's try the beans Detective Sango gave us.
Okay.
It'll save a lot of hassle if we can avoid a fight.
Let's not use the beans. Let's just tell him we have the beans. Hold to aim bean and throw. Button. Crouch to make yourself less visible. Oh, I feel kind of bad. Again, as a person with severe food allergies, this seems like a really terrible thing to do to someone.
Beans, no!
Not the bees! Not the bees! Oh, poor Itto.
Are you okay?
He like swells up.
Paimon
Just
didn't
can't
think
breathe.
he'd react this badly.
He swells up, can't breathe, and then he just like, you had to like cut a hole in his throat so he can breathe. Put a straw in it. Ugh.
Don't be alarmed. It's just my my allergies acting up. I've got it under control.
At least it's not anaphylaxis, because then that's dangerous. It's just like seasonal allergies. It seems like you just get like stuffy and itchy, I guess. Anaphylaxis is like really, really bad. You're like, for those who don't know, I guess your throat swells up. Your like everything, I guess, like swells up. So you can like eventually cut off your own airways because of that. And I don't really know why that's a thing. I don't think there's a lot of people like understanding why anaphylaxis is a thing that happens to humans. Maybe it's like to make it so that you can't ingest more of whatever the thing is, since it's like such a severe immune response. And also like it messes up like your entire digestive system. Like your tummy would hurt really bad, and you'd like throw everything up trying to like expel whatever you're allergic to out of your system. And yeah, you itch all over. And if you're throwing up constantly, you're throwing up a lot of like water too, so you become dehydrated. So if you're not watching your water intake, you can get like really dizzy and stuff too. And on top of that, you also like your throat just hurts. Everything hurts pretty much. Your whole like anything that touches food like hurts like crazy because it's all inflamed and trying to like fight off whatever the protein or whatever that the immune system has detected and needs to fight against. And like, or I guess it thinks it needs to like take it apart and fight against it, so it's throwing everything at it. Yeah, I guess to the beans to Itto just makes them like sneeze or something, so it's not that bad. It's not like anaphylaxis.
It's all right. I got this. I just gotta tough it out. I can take it. I can take it.
The voice actor really fits the character though. I'm actually really enjoying the English voices. I thought I might not enjoy it as much since when I first started playing this game. A lot of the English voices didn't really match the character. Like, for example, like Chi-Chi didn't really match her character all that much. I think I've talked about this before. Like, Chi-Chi's Japanese voice really fits like that kind of weird zombie low energy character, but then like the English just sounds, it took the direction, kind of went more towards like a depressed, sad, antisocial kind of person, and it's just not what like the Japanese is portraying. The Japanese kind of portrays more of like a shy, quiet person more than anything. And yeah, like a lot of the other English voices just didn't really, it didn't feel like it was on par with the Japanese voices. And also like, because this is like an anime game, it felt like the Japanese voices fit the aesthetic better. But now that I'm doing the English voices just to keep like everything kind of consistent, I'm trying out the English voices to make everything in this like video like English. The subtitles are English, the voices lines are in English, I'm speaking in English, just to see if like this would have more like people watching because everything's more consistent and you don't have to put the work in actually reading the subtitles like I had back then with the Japanese voices. So maybe people would like stay for longer. But yeah, I'm really enjoying the English voices. They're doing a really good job.
Who am I kidding? I gotta catch my breath here. Whatever it is you want, it's gonna have to wait. I need a moment.
Oh, maybe he is Amphylaxis. Amphylaxis? After resting a long while, Itto recovers.
In a moment.
Yeah, and like Amphylaxis can last a very long time.
That sure took a lot out of me, though.
If you're not sent to the emergency room right away, you can just like swell up until you can't breathe anymore and just like asphyxiate yourself to death. But I guess maybe Arataki Itto's allergic reaction isn't that severe. And a lot of times, like a lot of people with this kind of allergies carry around like an epinephrine EpiPen, and that's supposed to help your body like keep your airways open, and also like it'll increase your metabolism since it's just adrenaline, so that maybe your body can like break down the protein or whatever quicker, so you can kind of, you don't have to like suffer through the entire process that long. But yeah, usually whenever I had like a food allergy or whatever situation, I'm just done for the day. Like maybe even like takes me out to the next day too. Like it's not, I don't recover right away whenever I get anaphylaxis. This is bringing back a lot of bad memories for me.
Hey, why'd you have to be so mean, huh? Surprise attacking me like that.
Yeah, that's not very nice at all. I feel like if you throw like, I don't know, something that's someone's allergic to, I feel like that should be a crime, like a really, really bad like assault case or something, because it's like really bad. I feel like maybe because people with like severe food allergies is like in the minority, that a lot of these specific cases aren't really handled that well. Maybe it is and I just don't know. Maybe it is like a really bad crime to try to like force someone to interact with the food allergy that they have, and like you can actually get into a lot of trouble for doing that. I hope it is. If that's the case, then I'd be happy that someone who does that would have to like face like severe consequences. Anyway, you can never be too careful when dealing with a fugitive. There's plenty more beans in the bag. You better come quietly. I feel really bad, like, since I have that food allergy, that continually threatening someone with their food allergy just seems like such a cruel thing to do. But I'll just say this one.
Oh, I get it. So you're here to bring me in. How in the world did you find me all the way out here? Well, whatever. If you think I'm going back with you, you can forget it. I'd walk away if I were you. I pack a mean punch, you know.
With those noodle arms, I don't know, man.
Like you.
That's pretty big talk considering all the beans we have.
That's pretty big talk considering your arms are just as thick as Lumine's. You're the one behind the robbery and the missing people, aren't you?
Yep, that's right. Me. All by myself. Nobody else. As boss of the Arataki gang, I gotta nab a little food and drink when we're running low. That's only natural, right?
Sure.
Nabbing people? That's taking it a bit far, don't you think?
But people are delicious, Paimon, don't you know?
Not when their families will pay good mora to see them again. Easy pickings. And the extra mora means I can, give some to my gang to spend on themselves.
Oh, interesting. In some sense, he sounds like he's like pretty serious, but in another sense, it sounds like he's like trying to cover for someone. Questionable reasoning there.
Hey, what's with all the questions? Like I said, I'm not going back with you, so stop wasting everybody's time.
No way, mister! We've accepted a commission to bring you back!
What did you say, little one? Go on. Say it to my face.
His face.
Well, mostly she took a commission to bring you back.
Show some backbone, Paimon.
Looks like you aren't gonna let this drop. In that case, we...
Uncle Itto! Don't run now. Careful or you'll fall.
Granny Oni.
What's taking you
Daisuke.
so long? You said we were gonna have a beetle fight today. Come on, you promised.
Yeah, that's right. Still going ahead. But you see, I've been out here for ages, and I still can't find a beetle that I like. So, just give Uncle Itto a little more time, okay?
It's like, hey kid, we're talking here. It's gonna interrupt us.
Huh? Who are they? Are they your friends?
Yeah, that's right. I told them not to come, but what can I say? They were just too worried about me. It's because of a little thing called, prestige. Yeah, because of all the prestige Uncle Itto has.
Huh? What are you talking about?
We're here to arrest you.
Come on, just play along. Leave the kid out of this.
Uncle Itto, you don't look so good. You look like you're about to fall over.
Yeah, he's having anaphylaxis. That's really bad.
That's because Uncle Itto bumped his noggin on a tree branch while looking for a beetle. Uh-oh. It's all good, though. These horns are rock solid.
Okay, if you say so. Granny and I will keep heading back now. Don't be too long.
Yep, I'll be right there. Hope you're ready to lose today.
Who were those people?
The old lady was Granny Oni. She's the one who took me in and raised me. And the kid's name is Daisuke. I took him in just a while back. They're both like family to me. They escaped with me out this way, along with my boys from the Arataki gang. If I didn't bring them with me, the Tenryou Commission would be knocking on their doors for sure.
I had no idea you were caring towards others.
Right. But if you care about them so much, then you shouldn't have done all that stuff that made them worry about you in the first place.
Listen, how about we make a deal? You two let me go wrap things up with Daisuke, and once we're done battling beetles, the two of us will settle things with a duel. If you win, I'll come quietly. You can take me back to Inazuma City, and you won't hear a peep out of me. Why? 'Cause I'm an Oni of my word. I'll just tell little Daisuke that my friends and I need to step outside for a moment. That way you won't worry. Cool?
What should we do? There is the kid to consider.
Alright, you have a deal.
Oh, it's on! I like your style. Alright, but first things first. I need to find an Oni Kabuto to battle with. I've been looking here for ages and haven't found myself a winner yet, so it's time to try somewhere else. Come with me. Saves you worrying that I might skedaddle.
The Oni's justice. Go to the Oni Kabuto capture spot. Okay. I really like Arataki Itto's voice actor right now. He's putting like a lot of effort into this character. I don't know why I went for those melons there. I guess I just want to pick everything up.
By the way, Paimon's curious. What kind of game is beetle fighting?
You guys have seen Oni Kabuto out in the wild, right? Even
yeah.
though they might look menacing on the outside, they're big softies on the inside. Most of the time, they're just sitting there doing nothing. let me tell ya, once the Oni Kabuto start fighting, they won't let anything get in their way. The grand game of beetle fighting is a match where your beetle tries to flip the other beetle onto its back.
I played when I was a kid. I watched people playing that when I was a kid. I did neither of those things, so it'll be a lie either way, so whatever. I played when I was a
It's
kid.
not just some kid's game, okay? There's way more to it than that. I have taken part in more beetle fights than you would believe. At least 800. I may have even crossed the 1,000 mark by this point. Anyway, after a while, you can tell a beetle's fighting potential just by looking at its shape, size, and the patterns on its body. But it's not just about all the physical stuff. Oh no, your Oni Kabuto's gotta be in the right headspace as well. If it's not up for a fight or doesn't have the guts, well, then it's game over. Boy, are you two lucky you ran into me. When it comes to beetles, I'm the expert that the experts go to. I'll show you all you need to know.
But we're not the ones that will be playing. We're just here to keep an eye on you.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, not a problem. You two might think I'm just tooting my own horns here, but just you wait. I'll make you a beetle expert in no time. And by the way, that kid has one tough beetle. We can't underestimate it. You have to find a real lean, mean beetle warrior.
Facepalm.
Okay, so he's not the sharpest horn on the Oni.
Okay, let me see.
Kind of sucks that it started raining. Kind of ruined the mood of this whole conversation.
Ah, there. Let's head to that hill. I'll bet my bottom Mora we're gonna find some Major League Oni Kabuto hiding out there.
Okay, that sounds good. Can I make it not rain, or is this part of the story? Is it still raining? Is it part of the story that it starts raining?
Uh-oh, lightning storm.
Oh, okay. It was part of the story.
Just our luck. Well, hopefully that'll scare all the wimpy beetles away and leave the tough ones for us.
That voice line was actually different than the subtitles again. And the voice line was delivered a lot better than what the subtitle had to offer.
Oh, darn it, they're all gone. Let's hop down from here and take a look. My gut's telling me that there's a king-size beetle just below. Beefy Beetle King, here we come! Look, you see all those purple things? It's a whole pile of Oni Kabuto! Now that's what I'm talking about! Huh? Oh, what the... Ah, no, not lavender melons! Well, even a pro like myself can make a mistake from time to time. It's okay, just gotta roll with the punches. Let's try somewhere else.
What was the thing that I just picked up? Was it actually lemons? Or lemons? Oh, it is, these are, actual quest items. They're not the actual lavender melons. This pile of lavender melons may have been collected and placed here by some kind of animal. They look a bit like Oni Kabuto from a distance. I wonder what's the point of having that. Ooh, I don't have a greatsword user on my team. Oh yeah. Hold out this guy.
Hey, Riding Shogun, is that you? Well, guess what? You're not the boss of me. Uh-huh, that's right, you heard me. Go ahead, strike me down.
He has his like in the rain voice line is pretty funny. Anyways, he's not leveled up or anything, so he's not gonna be. I'm not gonna keep him on the
Let the
team.
wind lead.
What's the time? I've been so like immersed in this story that I actually haven't been paying attention to how long I've been recording for. Maybe I should end things here. It seems like a good place to end it. Oh, the rain is gone. Nice. I'm gonna end things here. Seems like a good spot to end it at the hour mark. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I'm definitely enjoying the story a lot. And yeah, hope to see you in the next one. Subscribe for more, and leave a like if you enjoyed. And yeah, goodbye.
My